What's up, everyone? Good to see you this Sunday evening. Wearing my Wake Forest shirt. Just wanted to cheer you all up a little bit and let you look at this. I was going to wear my hat also, but I have a really big head. So when I first get a haircut, my hats will fit. But if I'm not like within 2 weeks of a haircut, they don't fit on my big old head with my poofy hair. So you'll just have to settle for the shirt today. But you know, but that's more than most of you have. So there you go. Go Deeks. So a few updates this week. Number one, we're really emphasizing. We're really trying to get better on Linktree and YouTube. We're learning a lot there, and that's where a lot of our focus is. So just want you to remember we are using Instagram, we are using Facebook, we are using Remind, which, by the way, I'm enjoying messaging back and forth with you there, and I'm sending those updates are from me. So if you're not getting our texts, make sure you text at LSMGSO to 81010, and you'll get those Remind texts. We're doing the email still, all those things, but we're really trying to have YouTube and Linktree set up because you don't have to have an account, and you can always just go on and get the latest up-to-date information. So please, if you haven't followed us or subscribed to our YouTube channel and don't know where our Linktree link is, figure those things out. They'll be in tomorrow's email, like they are at the bottom of every one of our Monday and Thursday updates. You can also get there from our student section of the Lawndale website. So some exciting information right now. Our winner of the Be a Blessing Challenge, we wanted to over deliver, so we actually have two winners that we're going to announce right now, and they are Lauren Clayton and Alex Wallace. So you guys, I don't know if it would be considered a win or condolences. We're going to go on Amazon and we're going to pick out things to go in a survival pack and send that to your home address. So if anyone wants to have any suggestions, influence over the things that we put in these packages that get sent to Lauren and Alex, then send me a message. If you have a good idea, we may use it. This past week also, we used Zoom meetings a lot. We really enjoyed interacting with you on there. Getting so many of our Life Journey Group teachers are using that also. But as we talked about it, we got some feedback. We're going to simplify our Zoom schedule this week. Again, it'll be in tomorrow's email, but it will be the updated version will be on the Linktree tonight. We're going to do middle school Monday. Luke and Anna are both going to host a guy group and a girl group. I'll drop in on them. Then we're going to have high schoolers on Thursday, a girls group and a guy group, and then the whole LSM staff on Tuesday. If you're a graduate of Lawndale students, we're going to be hanging out. So just trying to simplify it. We don't want to have so much here busyness. And we realize also that y'all are looking at screens a lot. So we want to find ways to connect that aren't just you feeling like you're in class and just doing the same things over and over again. But we're going to offer fewer of those this week, see how that goes, see if we get the balance right. But we'd love to see you join us. Love to see you log in. So again, tomorrow, Monday, is going to be middle school Monday with Luke hosting one, Anna hosting one, and I plan to drop in both of those meetings. The other thing that's happening now, yesterday we posted our second Life Journey Group lesson. We're getting really good response on that, getting a high view rate on those videos. Thanks to Kent for jumping in and teaching our second one. We'll be back with a new teacher this upcoming Saturday night for our Easter Sunday Life Journey Group lesson. And that puts us into looking at what our challenge is for this week. So today is Palm Sunday, which doesn't mean like this kind of palm. It means a palm branch, even though this face palm is one of my signature moves. But that's not that kind. Palm Sunday, when Jesus entered into the city of Jerusalem as the king, but people didn't understand what was happening. But he entered Jerusalem on the way to the cross. So this is really when the last week of Jesus' earthly life and ministry. This is where it all comes together as he's on the road to the cross, on the way to the resurrection. So that's why we focus on Holy Week. We call it Holy because he is holy, because it's set apart and it's special, because it reminds us of what Jesus has done in our place. So this week on the Instagram and Facebook stories on Remind, the post that we send out will fit in with Holy Week, just a reminder of different things that are happening starting today. Went out earlier this afternoon, just reminding us it is Palm Sunday. Any of these that you have questions about, we'd love to interact with you. So on Remind, it's a great way. Just hit reply. That comes straight to me, and I would love to talk about it. But with the reading challenge, it didn't work out perfectly because we didn't really plan this reading challenge ahead. So actually, next week in Mark is going to be a lot of the Holy Week readings. It starts with Palm Sunday next Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. But this week we are going to just continue to read through the book of Mark, chapters 6 through 10, and then we'll finish up the book of Mark next week with 11 through 16. So one extra chapter next week, or you can read the extra chapter this week, whatever works for you. But in the next 2 weeks, we want to get through the book of Mark, and we're going to look. We didn't plan it this way, but we're looking at Jesus' life, his ministry, what he taught, what he did, how he healed people, just all those things. So we get to look at Jesus' life while we are contemplating and looking forward to his death and resurrection this week. So I think it's an important combination. We see we're just going to be very Jesus-centered this week. That's my prayer for each one of us. Our memory verse for this week, and again, remember, we want you just to find a spot and write this down where you're going to look at it over and over and over throughout the week, not like a school assignment where you're just going to work harder to memorize it, but put it somewhere where you know you're going to look every day. So even if you just read it over and over and over this week, try to embed this verse in your heart and your mind. It's Mark 8:35. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it. Well, not my sake, but Jesus is saying this. So Jesus is saying, you lay down your life for me, for the sake of the good news, the hope that I bring to people. That's where you're going to find your life. If you focus on yourself, if you focus on trying to protect yourself, trying to get as much as you can for yourself, that's when it slips right through your fingers. But we focus on Christ, and that's where we find out what our life really is. So got a couple challenges this week. Number one, with it being Holy Week, as we look ahead to Easter, and we focus through this week on Jesus' final days of his ministry, his death in our place, his resurrection. I want to challenge you to do something different. I think we're at that point where we need to shake it up. We need to, if we just keep going through this routine over and over, this week can just feel like it's a blur in with everything else. And we want to do something a little bit different. So I want to challenge you. Allergy, cough, pollen, I promise. We want to challenge you to take an hour, set it aside this week. Now, an hour sounds like a long time, but really it's not. If you want some ideas for this, I would love to email you some of this. Is daunting. I'd love to talk about how we can make this easier for you. But just take some time where you either take an hour of quiet, just go out in your backyard, leave your phone, on inside, and just have some silence and solitude and prayer. Maybe prayer journaling, maybe just reading the scripture for a longer period of time. I want to challenge you at some point to take an hour and just give that time to spending with Jesus. That's going to be a stretch for a lot of people. Even some of our adults, we don't naturally slow down and spend that extended time. But right now, while our lives are slowed down, it's never going to be easier to do it than it is right now. So I just want to challenge you. It's not going to happen. So as soon as you watch this video, or as soon as you get the email message that comes out tomorrow, go ahead and schedule that time. If you don't plan ahead for it, you're going to be sitting there next Saturday, and you're going to say, "Oops, it didn't happen." So really try to think, where does that fit into your week? Go ahead and do it. Don't wait for the end of the week. Or another thing, if I really want you to think about doing, is maybe take a day or two this week where you just get away from screens altogether. Other than for school, we know you have to do that. But can you go phone free or screen free or tablet free or movie free, just for a day or two? And again, maybe that would be the day that you do this 1 hour of dedicated time. But just something that shakes up your week, something that breaks this cycle, breaks this monotony of what's happening. So the other thing, and I think my video is freezing up. So if it is, just keep listening. The audio is coming through. We're going to wrap up in a second. But the Pray For Me thing is happening. We need you to go ahead and sign up. We only had 14 students sign up so far. We need you to do that. So if you haven't registered yet, please go and do that. It's on the link tree. And everyone who is signed up by next Saturday night, we're going to put you all in a drawing, and we're going to send another survival kit prize pack that's going to come out. We'll announce that next Sunday. We already have over 80 adults, but we need more. We need a few hundred adults. So parents, Lawndale student leaders, if you're just seeing this from Lawndale and you have no connection to student ministry, that's okay. We just need you to pray. So we will see you on Zoom this week on the Hangouts. By the way, we are looking at the security precautions. We're taking that really seriously. We're seeing some feedback on it. We are taking that seriously. We'll see you Wednesday night with Fusion. And just remember, your boredom and you're kind of wanting to test boundaries, it's going up at the same time that it looks like the danger of the coronavirus and the need for isolation is going up at the same time. So be smart, be patient, make sure that you do your part so that this whole thing ends and we can get back together in person soon. So love you guys. I will be praying for you, and I look forward to seeing many of you this week, if not all of you. If you want to talk, we're here. Bye, guys.